Thank you. Hello, everybody. Yaksamate. That means how are you? And one man said lepshi, that means better. So that's good. Glad to be here with you folks. We want to welcome you, as Mark said, to this year's Legends of Texas Polka Music Series, Part 4, featuring the retirement performance of the Donnie Wavra Orchestra. After some 44 years of performing all over the state, Donnie has decided to retire the band. However, they are here this evening, ready to go and play many of our favorite songs. Before we get to the first song, we want to give you a little bit of history about the band. The Donnie Wavra Orchestra began in the year of 1970, when Donnie, along with the late Harold Elsey, began under the name the Harold Elsey Orchestra. Donnie served as co-manager, arranging the band's music, played a variety of instruments, and did English and Czech vocals for the band. The original band members at this time included Donnie, Harold Elsey, Donnie's father Ralph Wavra, Wayne Hollup, Donnie's brother David, and Gary Holscher. In these early years, the band also included Roy Garcia and Dennis Riza. Their first job was in May of 1970 in Ellinger, which consisted of a battle dance with Jesse Lee and his band. The Elsey band traveled in the 1960 Pontiac station wagon and began traveling all over the Central Texas area, playing as far as San Angelo and Garden City. Now, in February of 1972, Harold Elsey passed away and Donnie took over the band in March of 1972, becoming one of the youngest band leaders in the state of Texas polka music at the age of 19. The band began to develop a distinct style, combining polka also with country, western swing, folk dances, and various big band selections. This is just a brief history of the Donnie Wavra Orchestra. We will give you some more information about the band as the evening progresses. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Donnie Wavra Orchestra. They look sharp, don't they? Maybe not some of them on top of their head like they used to when they started, but I'm in that same category, you know. We'll let Gary get strapped up with the accordion, and I think we're going to be ready. All right, the Donnie Wavra Orchestra with the Fiesta Polka. George, count it off.
Yes, sir. Here we go. 2.
As Big Joe would say, what a sound, what a sound. That's one entitled Fiesta Polka. As we change the tempo to waltz time, the one entitled A Beautiful Starlight Waltz. Next number I'm sure everybody's familiar with. In Czech we call it Černá Vrana, the Black Crow Polka. Donnie Wavra and the orchestra. Polka, Czerna Brama.
Okay, to my left on accordion we have Gary Kunkel from Katy, Texas. And next to him is Donald Chernyshek. He has been playing with me since 1975. That's the first year he played with us, 1975. He's still going strong. Next to him is my brother Donnie Wavra. To my right is Bob Waller from Columbus. He's filled in a lot of times, different dances with us through the years. And behind me on bass guitar is Glenn Orts from Page, Texas. And George Kadelka on drums. He started back in 1972. He took Harold Ilzer's place, and that leaves me, Donnie Wavra. So here we are.
Let's give him a great big hand. All right, look like the, oh, this is one of my favorites. Beautiful number entitled Circling Pigeons Landler. Beautiful, beautiful. A beautiful number, beautifully played there by the Donnie Wavra Orchestra. Little more history on the band. As time went on, the bookings of the band began to increase as their popularity grew. Now in 1973, when Flatonia celebrated its centennial and first Chili Spiel, Donnie's band was invited to be a part of the original music lineup. Now for over 20 years after that, the band remained as part of the regular Friday night entertainment at the big Flatonia Chili Spiel celebration. I think that's great. You bet. Here's another fine number. I think the Moravanka brought that to this country many years ago. One entitled Gray Mountains Polka. The Gray Mountains Polka. Jan Schlabach and the Moravanka couldn't have played it better than that, fellas, I tell you. Great job, great job. Okay, let's see what we got next here. My Darling Ann looks like. My Darling Ann. Little bit, okay. You notice on that last number, George had the last beat on that. Boom. That was complicated, yeah. Well, he could have done it faster or slower, been out of time, but he had it perfect. Encore. good. One entitled My Darling Anne. My Darling Anne. All right. Going down the list. This is a good one. I played this number on my radio show quite a bit by Gary Kunkel and the Sound Connection Band. One entitled Let's Dance the Texas Polka Way. All right? Donnie Wavra and the orchestra. The Texas way. Very good, very good. Ralph Wavra passed away, and Donald Chernyshek from the Ray Boccia Band was invited to join the band on cornet and trumpet. The band got its first album at God Studios in Houston in the year of 1976, which was titled Musically Yours, Donnie Wavra and the Highlighters Orchestra. Believe it or not, I went in my music room and I have that album right here. Let me tell you what, there's some slick looking gentlemen on this thing. Everybody got a nice set of hair. Very good, very good. All right, let's see what we have next. Carpenter's Waltz. This tells about carpenters building a scaffold.
the accordion.
Carpenter's Waltz. Carpenter's. Does anybody in the band would like to share a story or stories, what happened over the years? Maybe something unusual? I knew George was going to stand up. I could have bet $1 million. Come here, George.
I could not let this night go by. You know, when I played with the Patek tribute, I told a story about Joe bringing me that ring of sausage that time at my anniversary. Well, I've got a couple from Donnie's days, too. We played some picnics over in a little place called Lebo. L-O-E-B-A-U, I think it's spelled, or something like that. Outside, out under the trees, and we're sitting on the back of this. Yeah, start laughing, Donnie. You know, he knows what I'm going to say. We're sitting on the back of this trailer. It was elevated about as high from the floor as this stage is. And there were 4 up front in the bass and me in the back. And we finished playing a song, and all of a sudden, the whole front row starts laughing. They all turn around, and they're looking at me. And I'm looking, I said, what the heck are y'all laughing at? And Donnie said, look at this boy standing in front of the stage. He looks just like you. What were you doing here in between these picnics? I said, nothing. I am innocent. I was not here between the picnics. That actually happened. But I have to tell the guys the truth. That boy did look like me. He was kind of pudgy. He had glasses on. He had a little dress hat. He was maybe 13, 14 years old. And damn, he did look like me. But I'm telling you, I had nothing to do with that. All right, Chernyshek, I'm going to tell this one yet. Then I'll turn it over to if any of y'all want to say something. Donald and I, this was Lebo also. Donald and I went to the ice cream stand. There was a young boy serving a hand-dipped ice cream. And he had that dipper like you have in the store where you hook that handle and pull that ice cream out. So he gave Donald his, and he was trying to get me mine, and that ice cream was frozen. He could not get that ice cream out with that dipper. He got all frustrated, and he put that dipper down, and he wiped his nose, and he reached in that ice cream with his hand, and he pulled that ice cream out. He put it on that cone, and he smashed it on there, and he handed me that cone like a soldier. Here you are, sir. Donald said, you gonna eat that? I said, I'm not quite that hungry. So that was one time in my life I passed up some ice cream. Those were some stories I had to share with you. Thank you all for coming. We're having a great time.
Thank you, George. I knew George was going to have some interesting stories for us. Okay, looks like we're in the key of B flat. Is that all right with you folks? All right, because that's the way it's written. That's the way we're going to have to play, it looks like. Yeah. It's on that first album? Just a minute. Where is it at, huh? Oh, yeah, here it is. My Charlie. Charlie is Karel in Czech. Mój Karel. Kareličku mój, I think they call it. Donnie Wavra Orchestra with My Charlie Polka. Well, as we progress on, in the year of 1981, a little more history about the band. In 1981, the band recorded their second album entitled Encore. I went in my music room, and here she is. Another fine album by Donnie Wavra and the band. And this particular album they recorded at St. Benedict's Farm Simplicity Sound Studio in Welder, Texas. Now by this time, Donnie's youngest brother, Dwayne, sitting right there. He still looks young, doesn't he? Anyway, Dwayne, he was only 11 years old at the time when he started in the band, and he was the youngest member of the band at that time. Also at this time, yeah, let's give him a hand. Well, he's not but 19 now, so. And also Lawrence Wagner of Hallettsville joined the band, playing bass guitar and doing some vocals. Okay, next number looks like Waltzing by the Wayside Waltz. By the way, Donnie wrote this song. Waltzing by the Wayside Waltz. I mentioned their second album, Encore. I was reading it at home in my music room, and something caught my eye here on the liner notes in the back. It says, Donald Chernoshek, the noted farmer and pecan grower from Holman, Texas, has developed the mouthpiece for 2 cornets. So I asked Donald about it before the performance here. how in the world are you going to play the lead and harmony notes with just one mouthpiece? But he said you got to play the same line, you know, same notes. But anyway, you need to get a patent on that, you know. There was a guy named Wally Pickle, maybe some of you remember him. He used to come down here to Texas and play. He played 3 at times, yeah. Special arrangement. But he played 2 all the time. I don't know, is he still alive? Wonder. He is? Man, that guy could play those horns, I tell you what. I asked him, he was playing up in Waco one time. I asked him, how do you do that? Wally, he said, all you need is a big mouth. He's a good one. Okay, let's see. Sailor is the next number. Sailor. On the vocal. Das ist aber schön gut. Beautiful number, beautiful number. Into my mother. Maciczka moja. E flat, folks. Donnie Wavra Orchestra with Maciczka moja.